in S3 Labs, we are going to create bucket, we are going to do static website hosting, and we are going to protect from accidental deletes, and we are going to delete all the buckets. Clear, everyone? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I proceed with labs?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so first in search, what we need to do, we need to go to S3 service. What you need to type here?
S3 service.
Service.
S3.
S3. So when you go to S3 service, here you can see the dashboard of S3. This is the dashboard of S3. S3 is a global service, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
And what is bucket in
It
S3?
is the resource.
It's
Yes. It's a resource of S3. Clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
So simultaneously, we are going to create a bucket as well as we are going to do static website hosting.
Okay, ma'am.
So first, we'll see to create a bucket. The steps to create a bucket. First, you need to click to create bucket. The first parameter is you need to select the region. In which region you want to create a bucket. Because S3 is a global service and bucket is regional. S3 is global service, but buckets are
Regional, ma'am.
regional. So you need to, when to create buckets, you need to select the region.
Which any region.
So you can select any region. I'm selecting Ohio. I'm selecting Ohio region. And the bucket name, the second is, please write steps, everyone, to create bucket.
Ma'am.
First, you need to give the region. Second,
Bucket name.
Second, the bucket name, and the bucket name should be unique. For example, if I want to do website hosting, website hosting, we need what we need? A website, right? From free CSS templates, a template. So let's download any website. Can we go with NeoGym only or other?
Your wish, ma'am.
Okay, let's go with NeoGym. What we need to do? We need to download.
Copy the link.
Yes, we need to download. So NeoGym. So let's give the bucket name as NeoGym. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
First, you need to select the region. Second, you need to give the bucket name. Third is object ownership. In object ownership, you need to enable ACL, that is access control list. Access control list is basically the permissions. So you need to enable ACL, access control list. First the region, second the bucket name, third in object ownership, you can define who can access the objects and buckets. So for that you need to enable ACL. By default it will be disabled, but you need to enable. Clear? 3 steps? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
The next, keep here by default bucket owner preferred. The next, you can see block public access setting for this bucket. This, if you want to create a private bucket, this is a private bucket to block all public access. But if you want to create a public bucket, then you need to deselect this. Because we are doing website hosting, we want public to access our website, right?
Yes, ma'am.
For that, we need to create public bucket or private bucket.
Public bucket.
Public.
Yes. So for public bucket, we need to deselect this. By default, it will be private. You need to deselect and make it as public. Deselect And here you need to select this I acknowledge that current settings might result in this bucket and objects without public becoming public. Clear? To
Yes,
make
ma'am.
a public bucket, what you need to do? Under block public
Create
access
bucket.
settings, you need to
Deselect the
deselect.
block.
If you select, it will be public or private?
Private.
Private.
Yes.
Private.
If I deselect, then it will be
Public.
Private.
public. Very
If
good.
you deselect, public.
Yes.
Do we
After
choose
deselecting, you
anything
need
or
to
we
select
just
this I
deselect it?
acknowledge.
Okay.
Then the bucket versioning. You need to enable bucket versioning. Now, what is bucket versioning? It is used in dev environment. Like the latest version of your code should be available. Like it will maintain the multiple copies of every changes. Like for example, you have created a Flipkart application. In Flipkart application, there is a code. By that code, you have created application. Now, if you need some changes, if you want to add notification feature, then the code of that notification feature should be version 2, and the old version will be v1, that is version 1 and version 2. If you enable
Excuse
this,
me,
it
ma'am.
will automatically maintain multiple copies of every changes.
Where these copies are being stored, like we have lots of regions, right? In which particular region these copies are stored?
All regions.
Can we define that? Can we
No.
personalize that in
Region,
AWS?
yes, we need to copy. We are not we are not copying in regions. We are copying in multiple availability zones. In each region, there will
Okay.
be 3 availability zones, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
A, B, C.
So in availability zones, we'll copy, not in regions. Regions, you need to first select the region. In this region, there will be 3 availability zones.
Okay.
If
You
we
need to,
enable it, it will be available in all the zones.
All the
yes,
zones, the copies will be
yes,
available.
we need to
Okay.
do it. We need to replicate it in all availability zones.
So just enable.
Yes. Bucket versioning, you need to enable. And keep this as default. Default encryption, server side, you need to keep it default. Everything default. And just create bucket. It will not create bucket if your bucket name is not unique. So if now I am giving NeoGym. Now if you also create the name as bucket name as NeoGym, then it will not take the name. You need to give NeoGym 2, 3, 22, 42 like that. So every bucket name should be unique. Clear? While in
Ma'am,
creating
these buckets you have downloaded, ma'am?
no, I have created.
Just created. Okay.
So first, I need to give the name of the region. Second, the name of the bucket. Third, you need to enable ACL. Please write steps, everyone. Fourth, you need to make it as a public because we are doing static website hosting now. You need to make it as public bucket. So for that, you need to deselect and select I acknowledge. In bucket versioning, you need to enable bucket versioning and just create bucket. Clear, everyone? How to create bucket?
Yes, ma'am.
After creating bucket, you can see here NeoGym. This is my bucket.
Yes, ma'am.
In my bucket, is there any data?
No.
It's an
No.
empty bucket. So can you all create the bucket now?
Fine, ma'am.
Yes,
Create any bucket. Make it as public bucket. So I have created the bucket name as NeoGym. So now I'm going to do website hosting. So first what I need to do? I need to download the template, right?
Yeah.
After downloading the template will be in the zipped file. I need to unzip it. It will be in a zip folder. I need to unzip. How? Right click,
Extract all.
extract all, extract. So it will create a unzipped folder here. So I need to go inside this folder, inside the HTML. Here you can see all the files, open files, extracted files. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just I'm showing that to you. Here what you need to do is just unzip and keep that template. Here go to buckets. In buckets, can you see here upload?
Huh?
Yeah, ma'am.
Upload. What you are going to do now? You are going to upload that website files, all the contents of website. So upload. Here you can see add files. Two options, add files and add folders. We need to add files. The open files we need to copy here. So for that, first what you need to do in the NeoGym, in the objects, go to upload. Here you can see add files. Click add files. Are you all writing steps?
Yes, ma'am. Writing.
Add files. When you click to add files, it will open your desktop. The libraries, if you open, it will open the libraries. Here you need to go to downloads, the left side. Here you can see the open folder, extracted folder of NeoGym. Yes? Extracted
Yes.
folder of your template. Double click and open. Again double click and open. Here you can see all the open files. Yes, you can see all the open files here.
Yes, ma'am.
What you need to do, you need to copy all the files. You need to do it very carefully. Everyone will do the mistake here. You need to copy all the files. Double click. See, first you need to copy all the files. Double click, drag down. Clear and cancel. So it will copy all the files here.
Double click and drag down to where, ma'am?
Drag down to files. So what you will do, first you need to add files. Here in add files you need to go to downloads, then this extracted folder. You need to copy, double click and drag down. Here you need to drag and cancel. Can you see
Ma'am,
all the files now? The open
I'm not
extracted
seeing
files.
I'm not seeing the add
Mute your
file.
mic online. Mute your mic. Who have doubts, only they can unmute and ask. Okay. So here you need to drag all the files. Then, are you all writing steps?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
After
I have a
dragging,
doubt. No, I have sent a photo on the WhatsApp. It's not showing me the upload one. Can you
Ma'am,
just check and tell me?
click the
I'm
bucket.
telling you.
You need to
Yeah,
click the
click the
bucket.
bucket. Yeah, click the bucket.
Click the blue color bucket name. Then it will show. Okay.
Okay.
So after adding files here you can see permission. Right? Can you see here? After you need to scroll down. Here you can see permissions. In permissions, when you click to permissions, you can see by default it will be private. The objects will be private. Because you are doing website hosting, you want public to access your website, you need to do it public. So you need to grant public access. So 2 times you need to do it public. One while creating bucket, the second time after uploading the files. Under permissions, you can see grant public read access. You need to select that. This is a very important step, everyone. You need to select grant public read access. I understand and upload. So now all the files are loading the objects.
After after
Ma'am,
clicking
tell
that
once again after upload.
Please
NeoGym,
let me
the
complete
first,
this. Please let me complete this. Then I will show. First, you need to write all the steps. While I'm showing labs, you need to write the steps. Don't do with me, or else you will get confused. So now my files are uploaded here. Yes? Upload succeed.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So here you need to close this window. This is my NeoGems bucket. This is my uploaded objects. Now what I need to do, I need to go to properties. Scroll down. You can see static website hosting here. Edit. What you need to do, this is your NeoGems bucket. In bucket you have uploaded all the files. This is the properties. This is the permissions. See, this is the permissions. Metrics, management, access points.
Ma'am, in properties, what we have?
So in properties, you need to scroll down.
Oh.
At last, here you can see static website hosting.
Yes.
Edit. Click to edit. It will be disabled. You need to enable. Then in hosting type, host a static website. In index.document, you need to type here. You need to type index.html. An error document, it's optional. So first you need to enable. In hosting type, you need to give host a static website. In index document, click type index.html and save changes. When you save changes, again scroll down in properties. It will generate a URL. It will generate a URL. You need to copy this URL and browse. Now, if I get the website of that NeoGem, that means I have done website hosting successfully. Did I get the website?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes,
last
ma'am.
step once you
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So S3 in website hosting in S3 is very easy compared to EC2. So here also there is an option of object lock. Object lock is basically in EC2 you have termination protection, right? Protect from accidental termination. Similarly, here it's object lock under properties. Under properties, you can see object lock, edit, and enable. So if you enable this, you can protect your bucket from, you can protect your objects from accidental protection. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, any doubts?
Yeah, I'm stuck. Like the files that you copied, is it included with the folders?
Mm-hmm.
Is the folders included